Hi, this is Maddie, and I was just looking at a video on YouTube here on the RT America YouTube channel. That's Russia Today, but it's the American RT America YouTube channel. And they usually have a lot of very informative videos that they release daily. And this one here is Black Friday shopper gets face bashed in by cop, and there's video footage of in a shopping mall. Some cops crouched over a man who's been knocked unconscious with blood all over his face. Apparently he was shoplifting, had stuck 2 games under his shirt. Here it says, according to David Chad, the man on the floor put 2 games under his shirt to free up his hands to assist his grandson, who was knocked down and hurt in the rush for video games at a local Walmart. A cop who was nearby saw the man and immediately assumed the man was shoplifting. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. In any case, the 50-year-old man was cooperating with the cop, who put him in handcuffs, not resisting. Chad says the cop suddenly tripped the man and bashed his head nose first into the ground, knocking him out. And there's blood everywhere. And there's a lot of people gathered around him here and saying things like, you did that, and all he was doing was shoplifting, and they're basically beginning to heckle the cops, as is what usually happens in incidents like this. So basically, long story short, Black Friday, which is the day where people go out as early as 4 a.m. to a lot of stores to do their holiday shopping, to get all the good deals and the sales, trampling each other, standing in line to get all the products to buy their friends and family for the holidays. This type of thing happens every year. People get trampled, fights break out because people are competing to get the products that they want, because they must have them. And stuff like this happens obviously because you have security issues where you have so many people in a store all crowding in there and buying stuff, so obviously security becomes a little more tight as well. And in this incident here, I mean, you have maybe the man was shoplifting, maybe he wasn't, but the cop who's trained to respond to such situations by subduing whoever's committing the crime, obviously often it escalates a bit out of control and things like this happen. And who knows the psychological state of the cop who tripped the man and smashed him into the floor. I mean, it's very difficult in the current system to evaluate how a person will behave in a specific scenario, even though there's psychological tests that they go through to become a cop. There's still a lot of, pressure to handle stressful situations, and obviously people develop behavior patterns that go beyond, in terms of responding to these situations, that go beyond what's necessary in terms of using physical force. And there's no real way to control that because, humans are unpredictable from the perspective that you don't know what they're thinking about, how they're reacting, and because they're not sharing that, and what kind of patterns they're forming that maybe they didn't have when they first became a cop. For example, it's the same as when people join the military. So you have things like this happening, and there's really no way to prevent it or control it within the current system because there's no way to measure who a person is and how they're going to interact with other human beings. And it's really a problem because in the current system there are extensive incidents like this that happen, and most violence in this world is obviously caused by money in some form. In this case, the cop thought the man was shoplifting. Maybe he wasn't, but it looked like he was, and that's a crime. It's against the law, and so the cop responded And yes, he did it violently, but what's really the solution? How do you stop this? I mean, because people obviously don't like to see this. They stand around and then they start heckling the cops. The same with all these incidents of, for instance, people getting tasered, whether it's protesters or shoplifters or gang members or whatever. In the current system, police violence and brutality is something that has always existed and cannot be stopped in the current system because the money system is too violent. The money system, which is the context within which the police force operates and within which you have environments which create human beings that then commit crimes because it's all about money. You have competition, you have greed, you have jealousy, you have people who don't have enough, you have people who want more, you have consumerism presenting the picture of what you must have and what you should have, and you have people who are able to get it and people who aren't able to get it, and you have people even going to such great lengths as staying out all night camped in front of a store just to get in there at 4 a.m. to get take advantage of the Black Friday deal. I mean, this is really like crazy, insane behavior that for some reason is accepted to be normal. I mean, it's a cult of money. It's a cult. Consumerism is a cult. It's a product cult. You have products that you want, and you'll do anything to get them. You'll even trample your fellow human beings so you can get the product to give to your dear little Johnny or Susie for Christmas so that they can be happy and that you can then feel happy. That's the pursuit of happiness, and you'll trample anyone under that's in your way to get that happiness and to fulfill your dream of owning the products that you want to own. And stuff like this will happen. Violence, incidents like this, people shoplifting and then getting beaten up by a cop, that will continue to happen as long as the current system, the capitalist system, the consumerism system, continues. This should be obvious. There's no solution while keeping the system as it is. It's impossible because the entire system is not based on doing that which makes sense, in that which is common sense and supporting the human being to live effectively and to live in peace and harmony with each other, because the system itself is about competition and survival and winning, profiting off other human beings, where slaves are required to produce all that stuff that then is available to the shoppers on Black Friday. So you have slaves producing the stuff and then the people with money, which is the elite, competing with each other to get all that great stuff so that they can live the American dream. No one gives a shit about each other. Everyone's only considering their own life, their own pursuit of happiness, their own products that they want to buy, their own family, their own holiday. And yet, people have a problem with police brutality. The problem isn't really police brutality. The problem is human beings' acceptance of the current system. In an equal money system, this type of thing will end because consumerism will end. Competition for products will end. There will be no shoplifting. There will be no crime, virtually, because all crime in this world, pretty much, is because of money. When you eliminate the faulty, unnatural, dysfunctional system that we currently are existing within and accepting, which creates all kinds of violent behavior patterns, thought patterns, emotions and feelings within human beings due to the circumstances that is shaped by the system and how much money people have. When you remove that system, you remove the conditions that support the existence and the creation of such behavior, of such psychological states, both for the cops and for the people that have the police brutality done unto them. So what is the solution to this? It's obviously not to simply continue year after year to accept the system and to keep just being a consumer, considering only your own happiness and fulfilling your own dreams and hopes and wishes and desires. I mean, and where is all that stuff coming from anyway? It's coming from advertisements, movies, TV. I mean, the consumer is a brainwashed robot designed to support big corporations to make profits. That's it. I mean, that's when you look at it, how it works. The consumer supports a small amount of people with a lot of money to keep making money. An equal money system, this will end, because the equal money system is based on supporting earthlings in a way that's common sense. And this type of extremely dysfunctional behavior will cease to exist because, again, the environment will change and it will be conducive to effective living for everyone, where we can learn to live in harmony and peace with each other because we no longer have to fight to survive and compete to fulfill the American dream, which is not a dream at all, but obviously a nightmare when shit like this happens. So investigate equal money if you are truly interested in a solution to end these types of incidents, to make sure that these types of incidents stop happening. They can't continue. It's bullshit. Consumerism is bullshit. The system is based on bullshit that only benefits a few and is obviously not best for all. So go to equalmoney.org, researchdestiny.org, dystonians.com, and also check out eCafe, EQAFE.com. That's the store where we have merchandise and products, music, interviews, books that we as Dystonians are creating. We're creating the culture of life. We're using the system that is here to create a new culture, a new type of product that is an expression, is us expressing what is best for all and researching what is the practical solution and what must change so that we can transform this world from a world of complete bullshit, violence, and abuse to a world that is actually an acceptable place for life to be able to exist. Life is not able to even exist in this world yet because money is always a priority. In an equal money system, life is a priority and money is merely a system used to make sure that life is being supported.